I want to quickly talk about the reason why I decided to be part of this journey. And I think it's important for us to underscore this because where we are today, we all have different reasons and all of that stuff. But it's important for us to understand why. One of the things I believe so strongly is that people matter and people matter to God. And if people matter to God, people must matter to you. There are many people out there who don't have voices. There are many people who are underrepresented. There are many people out there who need to be encouraged, who need to be empowered. There are many people out there that are looking for people to stand up and stand for them. I joined the PC party because I saw an incredible leader. I criticized him originally, in one of my posts because, and I like it, that you could criticize someone and they could make adjustments. I love it because he's a leader that listens. I love it because he's a leader that is constantly willing to work for people, for Nova Scotians. And that I can confidently say it anywhere, anytime. I have had thoughts, I've had ideas about different things, not as a party person, but just being a Nova Scotian, and I've seen the adjustments. I've seen the suggestions that we've made around healthcare. I've seen those conversations. I've seen a leader who is constantly listening. And anybody who is married, one of the key ingredients in marriage is having someone that listens. If you're with someone that does not listen, sorry. But that's the kind of leader that we have. We have a leader who is committed to being able to work for the average Nova Scotian on a day-to-day basis. It's not a perfect leader. It's not someone who hasn't made some calls and some things that you might question at times, but that's who we are as a people. We make mistakes. Somebody argued and said, but because I've been on the campaign show, that why did he call an early election? The truth of the matter is, forget politics. He ran on the mandate on healthcare. Many things have happened in the last 3.5 years, true or false. Some of the things that has happened is that Nova Scotians need to live a life of affordability. Things are high up. We need to make significant investment in many key areas. And it's important for us to come back to the people. I'm using us now. But it's important for us to come back to the people. Because we said we were going to fix healthcare. We never talked about we're going to spend 400 or whatever amount of money, millions of dollars, building new schools. We feel like it's important for those type of conversations that we want to be able to say, like one of the most controversial things on the campaign trail is the removing of the tolls, and Mackay and McDonald, and we all have different viewpoints. I'm sure that we will all have divergent views right here in the house tonight. But the question I ask, and the question the Premier always asks is, why are we towing those two bridges and no other bridges in Nova Scotia? Are you aware that every time you buy fuel, that the percentage for road maintenance is already added into the fuel that you buy? So why are we taxing people again about something that ideally, but we can debate about that matter, right? But we have bridges elsewhere that we are not paying tolls about. But it's important to always allow people to have a voice. And those are some of the reasons why we decided that this election needs to happen. That we require a new and a different mandate. Not just a mandate about just fixing healthcare, which is important, but we need to build new affordable houses. We didn't talk about that in 2021. But it's important for people to recognize that right now, those are needs. And those affordable houses require you to have an input, require you to have a say. There are conversations around some of the controversial ones, I know, regarding the pallet homes. I know Jessica will be a bit passionate about that. Hi, Jessica is one of our people from the Chinese community. Thank you so much. And I understand the concerns of people. But one of the reasons why the pallet homes had to happen was that people were living in tents. So we were faced with, do you begin to do something about it or do you play politics around it? So I know there are conversations about where they are situated and things like that, and we'll continue to have those conversations. My commitment to my constituency is that I will be your voice. I will help you argue those matters at that place. I know part of it is, how does it affect the cost of or the value of our homes with time? Part of it also is about safety. I understand those concerns. But I also want us to balance it out that there are people who are living in tents. And we're not asking that those pilot homes be for just anybody. There's some level of scrutiny and level of vetting that goes into it. And I'm not saying that I would advocate for you, but I believe that we must always have a balanced conversation and listen to both sides. We don't intend for criminals to be in those places. But I would tell the people that if you notice any nefarious activities that is happening in those places, I will fight about it. I will ensure that whatever those concerns are brought to the table. Is that okay? That's my commitment, Jessica. I'm willing to have further conversations about it, but that's, I think, is also important. But beyond those fanciful stuffs about that, I also believe something happened on the campaign trail on Tuesday when I was door knocking with the premier. We approached a certain man's house who is supposed to be a supporter of PC. And the man said to the premier, right beside me, said, "Why do you have a black man representing us?" The premier was very hot. He was very livid. And he was more concerned about my state of mind. And he looked at me, I said, "I hope this is not what you'll be suffering on the campaign." I said, do you know what I told him? I said, "I'm built for this." Listen, and let me tell you why I'm running. I'm a firm believer about the next generation. All that we are doing tonight will be amiss if we are not thinking about transgenerational. I am fighting to stand today because I was equipped and built up to be able to do this, so that our children that are underrepresented will know that they too have a right to stand. I told the premier, I said, "I'm going nowhere." Hello? I'm built, there are some people that have, they might need therapy after those kind of experiences. Not people like me. I will give you therapy. I'm running because I see a generation of people that are underrepresented. I see a generation of people who have been stigmatized either by the color of their skin or by the experiences of their lives. But I also see a generation like people like me that must arise to change those narratives. Listen, just see me as a poster boy. It's not about Adegoke. I know there are some people that always would think that it's about Adegoke. I'm fighting for a future. I'm fighting for that boy, that girl that seems to have no voice today. I'm fighting for that woman that seems to have no feet, nobody willing to stand for. I've been designed to be able to do what I'm doing. And that's why I've called you tonight to say, listen to me. This is not about Adegoke. This is not about why him. This is about the next generation of people that need to be represented, that need to be, so that they can realize that, listen, that you should not judge me by the color of my skin, but by the content of my character. Is somebody listening to me? Where people will begin to arise into leadership and begin to make reference points to say, if people like this can do it, so I can. That is the reason, the ultimate umbrella of why I've asked you here tonight. To say to you, it's not about one person. It's not about the person that is in front of you. I want to be the voice for those who don't have a voice. There are many people who don't have voices in our community. I want to be that hand of empowerment. And that's why I love the premier when he says he wants to cut business taxes from 2.5 to 1.5%. Why? Because we need to stimulate the economy. That's why I'm excited when they're trying to give more monies in our pockets, when they are increasing the personal threshold of taxes from $8,000 to over $11,000, so you can have more money in your pocket. I believe in this government. And I do say that we do need a PC majority government in order to be able to achieve this. That's why regardless of wherever you live, regardless of the sentiments, we must vote PC. Across. Whether it's Fairview, Clayton Park, we must vote PC. Listen, I'm going to bring a unique perspective to the table because I've sat where a lot of us are sitting or we've been before. I know how to think out of the box for us to look for new ways to solve the issues that we've had. We've had those conversations. I didn't need a title to start those type of conversations. But in order for where decisions are made, I do believe you need someone like me in there. And tonight, that's why I've come to talk to you. Campaigns are never cheap. Can I be honest with you? Doing what I do cost me. I have a very good job. Whether you like it or not, I have a very good job. Very good pay. But I left that. Do you know, because I'm running, the government decided that I don't deserve to be paid this month. $0. I'm committed to this. Hello? Maybe but my wife might not like that, but but that's the truth. Because of my commitment to this, I'm getting $0 in the month of November. No pay. Does it bother me? Nope. Because I believe this. I believe this. This is big for me. And I hope it will be big for you too. I don't want to talk too much tonight because I want us to enjoy a beautiful meal from Ali Craft. I would love to entertain questions about some of the things. That's why in front of you, you have the opportunity to read some of the things we have put on our platform that we're committing to. Please don't take it home. I don't have too many copies of it. But if you give me $1,000, I probably give you, because how much will it cost to print? But tonight, I'm going to ask you to please open up your wallets at some point in time, not now, but just give you a heads up. You're going to enjoy a good meal. We're going to have big, good conversations. You're going to have the opportunity to ask questions, because I believe that you should be open to the people. And that's what I want to. One of my commitments to our constituents is to ensure that there's always constant engagement, a forum. It might not be every quarter. It might be once in 6 months. But to gather the people together so that they can have this kind of conversation. Anyway, I know I've said so much, and I don't want to make people fall asleep. I hope you don't fall asleep. But I just believe I believe in this. And I'm grateful for the people who have stood by me. I did mention the Agbedus too. Amazing people. The wife has been door knocking with me. Felicia was knocking doors with me. Over Benedita too. We knocked doors. Myself and Benedita did about 4 hours together. Then I continued with Felicia for 2 hours. We've been knocking those doors. We need help. We need help. Your money can help. Your time can help. We want to get on the calls. We have 5,720 people that have not voted yet in our constituency that we need to get on a call to or talk to face to face. We need all the support we can get. The election is very close. This place has never produced a PC representative in 20 years. It's the shuttling between NDP and Liberal. But I believe that is about to change. We're leading the polls, but don't believe the numbers all the time, but let's do the work. So I ask for you tonight to recommit and to help me be part of this vision, this dream, so that we can make it happen, not just for Clayton Park West, but also for every Nova Scotian. Thank you very much. I just wanted to say that and let it be.
Hey folks, I wish I could be with you tonight, but I'm on the road to Cape Breton as we work to make it happen for Nova Scotia. I had a great day on the doors with Adegoke this past Tuesday. I am so honored that he chose to put his name next to mine on the ballot for Clayton Park West. I'm confident that after November 26th, Adegoke will be joining me in the Nova Scotia legislature. Thank you for taking the time tonight to support Adegoke and the PC team. Let's make it happen together.
My name is Adegoke Fadare. I'm your PC candidate for Clayton Park West. I'm a father of 2 amazing kids and a loving husband to my beautiful wife. I like to be part of Team Wilson government for several reasons. I see as a man who has a vision for Nova Scotia, who is willing to do what it requires and what it takes. I've been a project manager, worked at Dalhousie, presently work with Department of Community Services. And in all of that, what we've always done is to expand the voices of the unheard, either the underrepresented or the voices of those who don't have any voice at all. And this has inspired me to come out to be an Emily for our community, because I've seen our community's voice not being represented at the table. Clayton Park West is a vibrant community, a community where relationships and friendships run deep. It's a community that requires good representation. I want to be that representation for you. Together, we'll make it happen.